All right, hello and welcome back to another episode of I'll Call You Right Back podcast. I am your host, Chad Medved, obviously, and this week I wanted to tell you about, I just finished reading Gucci Mane's autobiography, or the autobiography of Gucci Mane, and it was pretty awesome, actually. A book supposedly written by him. I mean, what do you expect with Gucci Mane? I mean, you see his music videos, and he's kind of like a character. You can't really hear what he's saying in a lot of his shit, and I don't know, but I picked up his book because I heard it was actually real good. It was a New York Times bestseller, and I figure, why not? But I read through it all pretty quick. It took me like 2-3 days, but it really is an awesome story he has. Like, I definitely thought differently of him before I read this, but the dude definitely has a awesome mindset, and it's cool to hear his story and how much he's been involved with coming up in the hip-hop scene. But definitely check it out if you have any interest in him. The cover art is honestly what got me. It's like a dope-ass picture of his hand and like him with his just flexing with his pinky rings and all of his diamonds. But this week on the podcast, we have a comedian out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania named Matt Light. Matt Light has won Best Comedian in the City, I think he said 3 times. I don't remember, unfortunately, but he's definitely funny. I've seen him a few times myself, opening for Bert Kreischer. I'm pretty sure it was Joey Diaz, the other guy that I've seen him open for, but he is hilarious. He also, he had a pretty big video come out of him doing a Stone Cold Stunner, and he talks a little bit more about that in the podcast, but it was a good talk. I appreciate him coming through, and I hope you guys like it. So I now present to you I'll Call You Right Back podcast number 7 with Matt Light.
I gotta use the telephone.
Hello?
Telephone.
I'll call you right back. I'll call you right back.
Telephone.
I'll Call You Right Back podcast. All right. All right, we're good now. So, very nice to see you again.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you in my house.
I'm intimidated by you, first of all, because you have 2 rings on. One is like this Mason ring or something, Masonic ring. What is that
This one?
Yeah.
This ring right here is my great-grandfather's ring.
I love it.
My grandmother just gave me it this past year.
It's amazing.
She said I wasn't mature enough over my adolescent years, and I was finally worthy to have it.
Yeah?
Which she's right. I mean,
That's
I would
good.
probably fucking lost it.
You make anyone kiss the ring yet?
People have they all
Have
notice
they?
it. They notice it.
It's badass.
And
It's
this one's
gaudy
my wedding
shit.
ring.
Yeah.
$20 from Amazon. No cool story from that.
But why spend a lot on it?
Exactly. Fuck it.
It's just on your hand.
I would be sick if I lost my grandfather's
That one's
ring,
sick. Yeah, you
obviously.
just eBay that shit.
eBay. I got
Right.
I literally got another one sitting right there.
That's
But
great.
for anyone that is here, tell the listeners who you are.
Hi, my name is Jerry Sandusky. I am former. My name is Matt Light. I am a comedian out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
The mayor.
The mayor, I finished 3rd in the mayoral votes.
Was it third? Technically third?
I don't know. I just know that there was one guy and then a bunch of write-ins, and I can go find out. But I don't want to lose to Phil Kessel.
Oh, I mean,
Because I know he had more write-ins.
it's not a
than
bad
me.
guy to lose
I
to.
know, but it's like he's just winning and winning and winning.
And he just didn't even do nothing about it.
Right. I actually tried to bring some light in the
You did.
Pittsburgh.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. So we'll get to that though. So wait,
Yeah.
tell her, where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in North Hills. I grew up in Westview. And then pretty much after 7th grade, my parents filed bankruptcy.
Okay.
So every year I was moving to a different house in North Hills.
Oh, yeah?
But I stayed there. But like North Hills is like the money fluctuates.
Yeah.
But I was always the poor kid.
The poor kid.
I was always the
Hills.
poor kid at North Hills. Like I was rich enough to be out of like Northgate.
Yeah.
But I was too poor for North Hills. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I definitely can understand that.
Yeah.
So you went there your whole up until you graduated North
Up until I
Hills?
graduated summer of 2007.
Oh yeah.
Summer school, bro.
So how old are you right now?
I'm 28.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we're similar age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 27 now. So what was it like? Like, what were you like growing up? Were you always like the standout, like class clown?
And I think a lot of that has to deal with when you're an only child.
You're an only child?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
kind of. I was.
Yeah.
So my dad knocked up his girlfriend,
Okay.
and I have a fucking 4-year-old sister now.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. So I'm like
Surprise.
kind of an only child, but I'm not.
Yeah, you're old enough. You could be a cool uncle if you wanted to.
Right. But my dad's going to die soon. I'm going to have to be a fake dad then. You know what I mean?
That's a hard pill to swallow. 4-year, 28, 4-year-old sister.
It's weird. It's white trash.
I mean,
No,
glorified.
it is. Yeah,
Glorified
it's
a
totally,
little bit there.
yeah. But it's cool. She's awesome.
Yeah?
And I get to take her to places.
You
and
like kids?
I hate them.
Do you?
Oh, dude, I hate kids so much. Like, I never want to have kids.
Never.
I don't, man. And I, you know, when you're younger and you're like, okay, at this age, I'm going to do this. At this age, I
Yeah.
thought 25 would be like marriage and kids. 28, I'm like, I'll get married,
Yep.
but fuck kids. Like,
Yeah.
never. I just can't. I don't know if it's because I'm selfish or I know how expensive shit
Well,
is.
that's what everyone says it is. If you don't have kids, it's you're selfish or
Yeah.
you're doing it for the wrong reasons or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, who gives a fuck? Like,
just don't
everyone.
want 'em.
Yeah, I mean, the world's overpopulated anyway.
I don't think the world wants another me, man. And another thing I'm worried about is like, so I'm 5'5".
Yeah.
The girl I'm with now is 5'3".
Oh shit.
So if we have a dude, he's gonna get his fucking face punched in all throughout high school. If it's a girl, that could be good, but I
Yeah,
don't like
it
girls.
could be
I
bad
don't like
though
little
too.
girls.
You could have to deal with all the dudes. Like, what if your girl turns out to be like super, super good looking?
Well, she will. Look at me.
Athletic.
I'm a Pittsburgh
athletic.
7, baby.
Pittsburgh 7. I'm a Pittsburgh 7, baby.
Yeah.
So, what kind of shit did you do in coming up in school? Middle school? Did you play sports or anything like that?
No, I played pickup, and it was weird. Like, we would play pickup football and shit.
Yeah.
And we would always bully the kids that actually played football, though.
Yeah.
Because there's always a difference. Like, we were physical, man. They just had parents that would send them to quarterback camps and shit like that, and just
But also, if you were in middle school and you guys weren't playing football, I mean, usually the kids that are playing football in 7th and 8th grade aren't really like the coolest kids.
right.
They're the ones that are just like get in an organized team.
Yeah, you're
building
awkward as fuck. You need
situation.
some friends. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was weird as fuck whenever I played football.
Were you?
Oh my god.
What did you ever have the weight requirement issue?
Fuck yeah, I couldn't play midgets
How fucked
because
up is
I was
that?
way too
Yeah.
fat. Even whenever I was younger,
That's
And it's
so
like,
wrong.
McKeesport Little Tigers was like a prestigious organization. Like,
Yeah.
it's still talked about. McKeesport Little Tigers, big deal. Never could play because I was too fat. So my dad would enroll me into the boys and girls. My dad coached all different kinds of sports. My
Okay.
brother's 6 years older. I tell this every fucking time I'm on the podcast. People probably get annoyed, but 6 years older. So my dad was always coaching him baseball, basketball. So like I followed in his footsteps.
Yeah.
My brother is 5'11", 170, a nice lean athletic person.
Yeah.
I'm a 6 foot fucking 280 pound goon.
But that's what's cool now.
No, it ain't, because whenever you were playing, like, you want to know what I did in basketball? I was like, you ever watch And One basketball?
Yeah.
You know that big dude Escalade? Yeah. I was like the white version. I was like Tahoe. So I just would stand under the fucking basketball hoop. People would just give me the ball. I'd shoot it. But the only problem was I wasn't good. I was not good accurately. So I would just miss. And I was just real bad at basketball. I would get so frustrated that I would quit. And, I mean, like, I was all right at baseball. I was a catcher. So, like, I could literally just, like, I was just a big dude, so it worked to my advantage where I could hit the ball far.
Yeah.
And I could throw to second base on my
You didn't
fucking
have to
knees.
move anywhere. Yeah.
Fuck no.
That's best position.
People were afraid to get hit by the ball. It would
Yeah.
just bounce off me because I was huge.
Yeah, I played baseball. I played up until 15, and my biggest issue was my batting.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I was fast as shit. I'm still pretty quick, but like back then, like I had no stomach. I was
Yeah.
fast as hell. I was a lefty, so I already had an advantage at
Oh, yeah,
running.
lefty, huh?
Yeah, but I could only play the outfield. But the last year we played on a traveling team, and I was batting 1,000 through the first 6 games.
Jeez.
And dude, my average was probably like 230.
1,000 is real good though, right?
1,000 is I got a base hit every at bat.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah. So, but usually I was about 230, which was like shit. You know what I mean? That's like Pedro Alvarez.
Yeah.
Right? But like, so I was doing good, and then some kid from Florida came onto our team, and they're like, he's only playing one position, and it's yours. So either you move the right field or you sit the bench.
Yeah.
And I told him, fuck you. And I just sat the bench for the rest of the year.
Whatever.
They sent me a trophy, and I wrote fuck you on the trophy, gave it back. And my dad was actually proud of me.
Oh, yeah? You
Yeah.
stand your fucking ground, right?
So then I tried to play fall baseball after that, and then it just wasn't the same, man. I didn't have fun. So I just said fuck it and
If
quit.
you don't have fun, why even do it, right?
Yeah.
It's all about soul skaters.
I mean, look at me. Like, this 5'5.5" is not going pro. So
Yeah, I mean,
if I'm not enjoying it, why am I doing it?
the only reason I did well in football is because of I was a bigger dude.
Yeah.
But then if there was another bigger dude, like my senior year, I went to Elizabeth, so our rivals were Thomas Jefferson. Okay.
Oh, you're getting your shit pushed in.
Bro, my senior year, I didn't win a game. I was a captain of the football team. We didn't win a game. So, I mean, you can imagine what that was like.
Yeah.
It's like if you go to school and you're the captain of the football team, you would get girls. You would just be the coolest dude walking around, but I was on the other spectrum.
Yeah.
I was not getting no girls. I was not getting no girls, and I was just on a shitty football team.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still awesome, but like,
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. I'd rather be the star of a shitty team than be a backup on like the Patriots.
none of
You know
us
what
were
I mean?
stars. We were
Yeah.
just piss poor. But regardless, enough about me. So growing up, played baseball, shit like that.
Yeah.
Were you? So you said you were like a
Class clown?
class clown and shit.
Yeah, I mean, because I had to entertain myself.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So I knew like from a young age, I understood what college was and all that, and I knew it wasn't in my cards.
Yeah.
I hated school, but I tested really well.
Yeah.
Like those PSSAs or whatever we would take, I scored in the upper 10% of the state.
So you knew.
I knew what I was doing,
Yeah.
but I also knew that I was like, if I'm not going to college, why am I trying?
Exactly.
So I would literally show up to class with no books, no pencils, nothing,
and just do well on
and I would
tests.
sleep. And then they would get mad at me. They'd be like, Matt, you didn't do your homework. I'm like, why are you even calling on me on class?
I know.
Like, I didn't fucking do it. I don't know what the answer is. You know what I mean? And then like, I had to sit down with the counselor. She's like, well, you can get into a smaller school like CCAC and start from there. I was like, listen, here's what I'm going to do. And I've been doing it for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I do nothing. I take 30 days off of school. If the Steelers lose, I don't come on Mondays.
Yeah.
I go to summer school every fucking year. You know why? Because when I graduate, I'm going to have the same fucking diploma as that kid.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to college, so it doesn't matter. You'll never look at my transcripts because I didn't go to college.
Yeah. I mean,
So every interview, I told them I had a 4.0 GPA, and they never knew.
exactly.
Fuck them.
We just get stuck into this crazy ass system. At least people try to force the youth into this crazy system.
With the college and shit?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Well, 30 years ago, it was an advantage.
Exactly. I mean,
Now
it was,
it's not-
but it was a different world.
Yeah.
And like those people that are like trying to set up the building blocks of our future.
Yeah.
Are setting them up for like the world that they had back then. Like shit ain't the same.
Yeah.
There's fucking idiots online making millions of dollars off of their Instagram account.
Yeah. And like now, those jobs that they didn't want us to do
Yeah.
are in demand.
Yeah.
There's so many trade jobs that are in
Trade.
demand.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. Go to college.
My dad was like the most blue collar guy growing
Yeah.
up. He's like, I want to teach you this, and I was like, fuck you, I don't want to learn that.
Yeah.
I don't care. Now I wish I did know that shit.
Same way. My
know
dad
what I
built
mean?
houses, fixed cars. Like
Yeah.
he was like had his own construction company. He was a man of many hats. Like did all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And he was always so good at it that I never had to worry about it. Like if my car broke, my friends would have to fix their own car. My dad fucking could fix it quicker than me.
Yeah.
And there was no reason. Like I mean, there was a reason for me to learn, but I just didn't want to learn.
Yeah,
back
you're
then.
like, I don't need to know that.
Yeah, so like you don't know what the hell you want in school.
Yeah.
But like so like I mean school was it wasn't bad for me. Like I didn't hate going to
Yeah.
it.
And for some people, it's good for people, but
Yeah.
for others, it to me, it's like religion, man. It's just forced on you.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, you're a bad person.
Yeah, it's not normal. So you're everything's bizarre. Like
Yeah.
if you don't want to have kids, people look at you like you're a freak.
Yeah.
You're like, you're not gonna have children. Like, I just got married, so like the spotlight's on me and her to like, when are you having a kid? When are we gonna be grandparents? And I'm just like, bro,
Yeah, maybe when we're fucking bored.
Yeah,
but right now we're living life.
yeah,
you know what I
bored.
mean?
Yeah, we're both just like grinding every day trying to do this. Yeah, pop a kid in here. It'll be great.
Yeah.
But so you grew up in North Hills,
North
single kid.
Single kid.
Single kid, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Only child.
Only child.
Yeah, only child. That's better. But so played sports here and there. What kind of shit did you watch growing up? Like, how did you get into like the funny? Like, what was your first exposure to it?
My first exposure to it actually was Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my dad had a tape in the VHS.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what it was. So I put it in, and it was Andrew Dice Clay, I think, at Madison Square Garden. And dude, like, it was so funny to me, and I was like 4 years old, 3 years old, and I didn't know what anything he was saying meant.
Just his presentation.
But it just was so funny.
Yeah.
And then I heard these nursery rhymes that my mom would sing to me.
Yeah.
But instead, it was some chick was sucking my cock.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what that means, but it was just so funny to me.
I know, because it was just different.
Yeah.
That's.
But then it became like, as I got older, it was like, okay, Adam Sandler was so goofy and animated.
Yeah.
So I kind of followed his path and was like, well, what did he do? And he started stand up at 18 and all that.
Yeah.
And I mean, he fucking lived with Judd Apatow. Like, they were roommates.
Yeah,
which is insane.
He has a wild life, Adam Sandler.
But the big dude, I think the biggest influence for me was Tom Green.
Tom Green?
Yeah, dude, because just watching his fucking antics, like, it changed everything. Like,
Now the Tom Green show, or like
The
him
Tom
being
Green
acting?
show.
Okay, yeah.
because, like, dude, like, those pranks he was doing back then is groundbreaking. It's what
Next
every little
level.
prick on Facebook's doing now.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, it was Jackass before Jackass.
It's a shame that it ended.
Yeah, it
It
did.
really is a shame.
But he was so good, man. And, you know, I got to work with him last October, and it was like,
So what was that like? I mean, growing up, I mean, you grew up watching this dude, and you're like, man, like this is.
dude, it was one of those experiences for me. It's just like when you meet this guy, like, it's so nostalgic. Like, I looked at him,
Yeah.
but he didn't look like him then. He looked like Tom Green from 1998 when I remember him.
Jimmy was off the hook.
Yeah.
Jimmy was here. Jimmy was off the hook.
Yeah. And it was like, he was so cool, man. He you know, we both battled cancer. So we talked
Yeah.
about our cancer stories, and he stayed in touch with me since then, and was supposed to go on the road with him, but then I had to send some shit to his management. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, send me a tape. I'm like, dude, if he fucking says, I
Yeah,
can
if he
go,
vouches.
who the fuck are you? So I sent some shit. I didn't hear anything back, but I mean, the experience was cool. He was a good dude.
Yeah, that's an
but
awesome experience
It was
for
awesome,
sure.
man.
Especially to see someone that, like, I mean, he was in all kinds of movies growing up, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, those are just epic movies that, like, I mean, for me and my friends, like, fucking Road Trip, all
Oh yeah,
this shit.
Freddie Got
like,
Fingered was insane.
Freddie Got Fingered. I remember watching that, and I was like, this is definitely not something that I should be watching, but like,
Right.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I want to go back to you say you battled cancer. When
Yeah.
did this all happen?
I found out I had cancer. It was July of 2013,
Oh yeah,
and I was sick for about a year, and it was just my stomach was bothering me.
yeah,
Then it was hurting to walk, like my lower back was hurting, and then like I was like, well, I'll eat healthier.
yeah.
So I ate healthier, and I dropped 50 pounds in
50?
in a month,
50,
or maybe 2 months. Yeah.
Jesus.
And like my girlfriend was like, you look good, but like, I don't think you're healthy. Like, you should see what's going on.
Yeah.
So then I got health insurance. I was like, all right, I'll get some health insurance, and then I'll go get looked at.
Yeah.
So I waited for that to kick in, and I went, and they did some samples, and then they did some like screening and shit like that. And they said, we'll give you a call if anything's bad, unless you want to stay for the results. But
Yeah.
usually you don't have to stay. And I was like, I got an open mic. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Just give me a call. So I'm at the open mic, and it's in Beer Hive in the Strip, and I bring off the first comic, and I introduce the next guy, and my phone comes up, and the doctor pretty much asks me, are you alone? And I said, no, I'm with, comics. He goes, all right, well, we think you have cancer.
Jesus.
And I was like, holy shit, like this is like, and when you hear that, like, it's almost like when you get blackout drunk, right? Because you just like you don't hear anything, like you just see blank. You're like, what the fuck?
How old are you at this time? Like 23?
24.
24?
So I'm like, I'm gonna die. And
Jesus.
I was, when you're 20, and plus, like, for me, like, I never was one of those dudes that really looked into illnesses. Like, I didn't know what Hodgkin's lymphoma was.
Is that what you had? Hodgkin's
That's what I had.
lymphoma?
He's like, we think you have Hodgkin's, and I was like, oh, that's cool. What am I gonna get? Like an antibiotic?
Is that a blood or a bone?
Blood cancer.
Okay.
And he's like, it's a blood cancer, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, this is serious shit.
Holy shit.
So yeah, I ended up finding out about that, and then you know, it was weird because, you know, my girlfriend and I were fighting at the time. We pretty much were about to break up. We lived together downtown. I told her that, and then like we stuck together for a little bit. It just never worked out. But dude, like, it just, at 24 years old and you fucking hear something like that, you automatically
flips your
think
world.
it's over.
I
You know
bet.
what I mean?
Like, I mean, I couldn't.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I don't think anyone could imagine that.
So then they're like, we just got to get you through chemo. So my doctor who treated James Conner was like, Dr. Marks, he was like, hey man, like, you have very aggressive cancer. Like, you've stage 3 and
How many stages are there?
there's
Like,
4.
oh, holy shit.
So I was there. Yeah. And they were like, we're going to do this ASAP. You're going to get an aggressive amount of chemo. We're not going to give you radiation, but we're going to give you a heavy, heavy amount of chemo because, you know, you're younger, so you'll be able to take it as opposed to... Like, if I had to go through that chemo at like 50, I probably would have died from just the chemo.
Doesn't that like kill a lot of people that are older because they have to try to like...
Yeah, because
the chemo destroys
either
their...
the chemo just deteriorates your body. I mean, it's a fucking chemical that just melts everything. So.
Is that so? Like, how long from them calling you to you being in the hospital getting chemo?
6 months. I got chemo for 6 months. It was bi-weekly. But like, they put me on chemo literally the next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was. Here's the hardest part: is like, you know, you're sitting in a room getting chemotherapy, and everybody around you is like 70, 80 years old.
Yeah.
And not sounding a dick, but like, you have realistic thoughts in your head. You're like, yeah, I get it.
You're fucking 24, and their life
you
is.
You guys should
kinda...
be here. Like, that's how it works. But me, why the fuck am I here right now? So that was just, and I think one of the biggest things, like, you know, I 6 months later, I was healthy, cancer-free since then.
Oh, in 6 months, they said
they
that you
fucking got rid of it all, man.
So what was that experience like? Like, you getting chemo, like
what did chemo feel like?
Like, my grandfather went through it, and I just remember whenever he was like, I had to be 14 or 15, and I just remember him being sick and just drained and trying to like put on like an act to like be happy around his grandkids.
Well, I mean, you just described it to a T, because I had to be strong for my parents.
Yeah.
Because I knew that if they saw me upset, it would just crumble everything.
Fuck yeah.
So, but like, dude, like, I'll be honest, there was times where, you know, my girlfriend would say, I think you're milking it.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And she's like, "You can go out to all these open mics," and because while I battled chemo, I still went to 5 open mics a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I would go there and I'd have a surgical mask, I'd take it off, I'd perform, and I would leave.
Wow.
Because I figured, if this is my time, it's going under my terms.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
and if I beat this, I'm gonna make this my fucking job.
Yeah.
You know, so. She's like, well, you can't go out to Southside with me on weekends, but you can do this. I'm like, that's two completely fucking
way
different things, right?
Something that you're going to work to be your career,
right?
Compared to going to get
and I'm there for
drunk
5 minutes, and I can't be around a bunch of fucking people. And you know how dirty those motherfuckers are in Southside.
Yeah, people are just like
I'm in Tads with 600 other people, just arms.
Bro, I don't drink at all, so like I get out of there immediately.
Yeah,
it's a very big deal for me to go down there. And
no, I feel you.
Sitting there.
So then you go through the chemo, and the chemo pretty much drains your whole body. You're fucking exhausted. You can't eat. Everything you eat. So here's what happens. When you do chemo, as soon as you're done, you can taste food normally for about an hour.
Yeah.
Then after that, everything tastes like metal.
Really?
So for 2 weeks, I would be eating fucking metal, it felt like. So a lot of people that throw up, it's because the medicine and the taste is so shitty.
Yeah, I mean? Mix of it both.
Yeah, so for me, it just was like, I asked my doctor, I was like, should I eat healthier? And he's like, nah, dude, just fucking eat. Put on weight.
That's fucked up.
And that was just, so, you know, I did that, and then it was January 6th, 2014 was my last chemo treatment. And then he said, congratulations. And he said, I'll see you in a month. And then we got the results. And then he's like, you're cancer free. And like, it was like the fucking coolest moment ever, man.
Like, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you get a test and it could go, I mean, one of three ways. You could have a little bit of it, you could be fucked still, or you could be good.
And it cleaned it all out, man. And
That is insane.
Yeah. So
That's
I was
some
lucky, man.
Wild shit that happened.
For sure. And then people were always like, "Oh, you should thank God. You should thank God for that." And I'm not one of those guys that's controversial about that shit.
Yeah.
But like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, like if it's not something that, I don't know, religion is such a. I grew up Catholic, and it's like went to Sunday school, went to all that, and it's like, bro, like I don't fucking know if that's
it's real or not.
Well,
right.
it's not even that. It's not even about it being real. I think it starts with the fact that, like, why is one religion
superior to the other?
Yeah,
yeah.
People are literally fucking murdering people
for religion.
For religion. So why is your religion more important than anyone else's? Like,
and then, they validate that theirs is real and the others are fake.
Exactly, but like if they're so adamant about it, like,
shouldn't you be more like forgiving?
Yeah, like
and more
and it's nuts
open?
to me. It's nuts.
Yeah, because it's like we love everyone. But if you don't love us,
you're going to hell. You're burning in hell.
I'm like, so what the fuck? It's a cult.
That's exactly, dude. Rogan says, I go to Joe Rogan like a fucking oracle.
Yeah,
and it's terrible. Like, but I listen to him all the time.
Well, he's right.
He is right, but he says it. So the way I describe people to Rogan is like he's definitely like a bro, kind of like a douchebag if you just start listening to him. He's intelligent, but he's also like a civilian. Like the dude has no schooling. The dude didn't like, he listens to shit and then he explains his side of it. And the way he said, he had a quote that said like the only difference between religion and a cult is one of the leaders is dead.
Yeah.
And like if you think about that, there's some validity to that.
Yeah.
Like what is the difference? I mean, you're praying to a dude in the sky, which I'm not saying is fake. Like I ain't hating on anyone.
I will, for the record. I'll say
that's fine. That's fine. Someone has to, but like it's just like I don't know. That's a crazy thing.
But that was the one thing that just pissed me off is because like to me, like the reason why I was healthy is because I had a great staff take care of me.
Yeah.
Like it's not thank God, because if that was the case and I was sick, who gave me it?
Yeah, I mean, like
if I'm thanking him for me being healthy, who put me in that position?
Yeah.
I don't blame him for that, so why would I give him credit for the good? Like, I just want to see one time, like, LeBron shoot a three-pointer and lose the NBA Finals. And he'd be like, that was God's fault.
That's
they thank him for it.
That's a good point.
Blame him for it.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Like people say like, "Oh, you just won the Super Bowl." First off, I got to thank God.
Yeah.
But if people lose, they're not going to say, "First off, I got to thank God for putting me in this position to be
thank
stronger."
God Brady
or whatever.
fumbled the fucking ball. Which, you know what I mean?
I'll tell you one thing. I didn't watch a second of the Super Bowl. Not 1 second of it.
It was win-win for me.
Couldn't give a fuck about it.
I loved it because here's why. I bet on New England.
Yeah.
Just so that if they won, I would be happy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, if Philly wins, they're going to burn their own city down.
Oh, I know.
So they're gone.
Yeah.
So it's win-win regardless.
Did you watch all the videos that were posted? Like a lot of
they're
them?
pieces of shit.
Ugh, animals.
I don't
Animals
understand like why you would fuck your, like you're proud to be from Philly and you're just burning. What you should do is when you win, you should take a bus to Boston and blow up Boston.
That place.
Yeah, be like, you're our bitch.
It
doesn't make sense.
I'll be honest with you. I don't dislike Philly too much. I've been out there a few times.
It's great.
I mean, I fucking hate.
It's a shittier version of New York.
Yeah, like I hate the hockey team. I don't give a fuck about the football really. I played my entire life. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But obviously, fuck the hockey team. But I like their town out there. Like I like the city.
Fun.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But regardless, back. So you hammered through cancer.
Yeah.
And like that's. I mean, like, what do you have the typical outlook? Like, oh, you almost died. Like, you have a brand new outlook on life? I
think so. One of the things for me was that I'm very short-tempered.
Yeah.
And for me, when I beat it, I realized, like, when I get cut off on the road by some fucking asshole, I just don't care anymore. I'm like, that's fine. Maybe that guy's going somewhere.
Yeah.
It's really important. Like, I'm trying to take the better in things.
Glass half full.
Yeah, but in reality, I mean, I know it sounds corny as shit, but to me, it's like, if I did that, like, there's nobody stopping me from doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I think, like, you know, you doing your podcast, like, you have to assume that it's going to be a great podcast, right?
Yeah, it's like I do this shit to make it as good as I can.
Or why would you do it?
Exactly.
You know? So that's like what my philosophy with stand-up is. Like, do I think I'm the best stand-up comic in the world? No. But can I be? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that, you should quit doing what you do.
Exactly. That's exactly
You
it.
know?
Like, I know right now that I don't have, I mean, I get whatever number of downloads per episode,
Yeah.
but like, I don't give a shit if people like it or not.
Yeah.
I'm going to just make it.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy myself
Yeah.
talking with everyone. And
Yeah.
like, I'm sure people are going to find some shit interesting. If you're not,
Go fuck
kick
off.
rocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, like I think that was my biggest thing with stand up too, is like I worried too much about what everyone was thinking.
Yeah.
And I tried to make jokes that like everyone would like,
Yeah.
but in the process
Cater
I'm
to a
like, this
crowd.
is corny as fuck.
Yeah.
This
Do
isn't
what you
who I
want to
am.
do.
So the more I've done what I like, the more I've found a more organic and natural following. Like, so people come to my shows knowing like, oh, he's gonna fuck with him.
Yeah.
You know.
So rewind real quick. Like back in, when did you first have the idea that you wanted to do stand up?
probably my whole life. I mean, like
Yeah.
once I knew that Adam Sandler started doing stand up,
You knew that it was possible.
right? Because I wanted to be on SNL. That
Okay.
was the goal.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, you got to do stand up. And then I found out what improv was.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of gay.
You don't like improv?
I hate it. I
Do you?
think it's awful. Because I think there's two different types of improv. There's improv you see in like LA, Chicago, New York.
Yeah.
And then there's improv you see anywhere else. And I've been exposed to anywhere else.
Yeah, I can understand.
Like
that.
I watch improv in Pittsburgh, and you know whether they're listening or not, they're not good.
Yeah.
They're not.
I
Like,
mean,
they're
that's
not
fine.
entertaining to me. And it's just, to me, I'm like, it's corny.
It's a very bizarre like process. It's
Yeah,
just like
and it's awkward to be an audience member because you're
it
like,
is- it's super awkward
it's like
because
I
it could
want
go
to laugh,
anywhere.
but is that the funny part?
Do you
Like,
watch The Office?
Yeah.
So like whenever he has the gun and he's like holding the gun to the people during improv, and
Oh,
he just
yeah.
does it every single scene. It's just like, it's a very bizarre way of doing it, but like the people that are good at it,
Are great.
yeah, and it like if there's some sort of like scale, it kind of like tips the scale back.
Yeah.
It's quantity over quality for sure.
Yeah, like I think like it's easier to find a decent stand up here than it is to find a decent improv troupe, because the thing I like about stand up, it's me versus me.
Yeah.
I'm not competing against anybody but myself, but
Yeah.
you got to carry weight with like four other fucking goofballs that just smile all day.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
and
a good point.
I'm not a happy person to begin with,
Yeah.
man. So
That's a good point. So when was your first like performance? When's the first time you
So I
got
used
on stage?
I used to work in an Italian restaurant called Tambellini's.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and my mom was the manager, and the owner was a big fan of stand up. And I told him I wanted to do stand up.
Yeah.
He's like, do it in our upper room one time. So I was like, all right, give me like a month, and I'll just write shit down. So I just started writing stuff on a note cards and stuff, and I did 31 minutes or something like that.
31 minutes.
First night.
First time you were
Yeah,
up.
smashed. But it was only
Jeez.
family and friends there.
How old were you?
I was 19 or 18, 19.
Okay.
So there was like 90 people there. It
Couldn't
was
get a real
packed.
read though.
Right. Because they're going to laugh at everything.
Yeah.
And I'm calling my gram like a cunt. So, like, people think that's funny because she's right there. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, B2 for the bitch in the blue. Bingo, cunt. Like, just stupid shit like that. So then when that was over with, I was like, I'm going to go do an open mic contest at the Improv.
Yeah.
And then I literally just ate a dick hard.
Oh, yeah?
It was awful. And I was like, this sucks. And I was like, maybe I'm not, good at this.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I thought when you started stand up, like it would only take a year or two before you got noticed, because, when I grew up watching SNL, those kids were so fucking young. Chris Rock was so young. Sam was so young. So I was like, okay, it'll only take me a year or two.
Fresh ground pepper.
Yeah. So then like 10 years later, here I am in your house.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're making a pretty big name for yourself.
I mean,
stunning people, and
I'm just having fun, man.
yeah, and that's the cool part about it, because like I definitely feel like in any profession there's people that are like trying way too hard.
Yeah.
And that's why like it's like I am gonna do the whole podcast the way I just want to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's gonna be wrong at first. Like I could already see progression from my first episode to like now, but it's just like it's a process. And
Yeah.
it's just like I don't expect to be the best right away,
Well,
but
and I
I'm
don't
gonna like I have the possibility to get there.
And I think with entertainment, there's no right process.
Yeah, it's not.
Like to me, like there's always with stand up, people take these classes and shit.
Yeah.
And to me, I think they're just a money grab because there's no formula to being a stand up comic. To me, are you funny? And that's the beginning and the end.
And it's just like different styles too, because like there's some people that I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, I can't think of people right off the hand that I'm not like a crazy like Eliza Schlesinger.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of her. I just like her. Like it's not that her jokes are not funny. It's just that like the way that she like, just like
her style
of
very
it.
female Dane Cook.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's a real good way to put it.
Yeah.
But like some Dane Cook shit I like, and I know some people fucking hate him.
I like him.
I don't understand. Like that cheese pickles and cheese, like back in the day.
Sweet, sour, sauce,
like that was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
But like, there's also people like you have like Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky who are like talking about shitting in a bucket and pouring it on people.
Yeah.
But some people don't want anything to do with
Yeah.
that. But I don't know. There's just different audiences.
Well, I think that's the biggest issue too. Is like when you come to a stand-up show, you have to treat it like you're going to see a concert. Like if you're a big Justin Timberlake fan, and then you see Code Orange, you're gonna be, what the fuck is this?
Shout out Code Orange.
Yeah, Grammys and shit.
They are killing it.
Right?
Killing it.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if people Code Orange is what genre would you say? Like fucking
metal? I mean, because that's what they're nominated, I think, for best metal album.
I don't know any I don't know any of the
like
technological whatever it is,
whatever
but they're just hardcore like metal.
They fuck.
They are badasses, and I would love to talk to them.
Yeah.
But who knows if that'll ever happen? They'd be very intimidating to me, I feel.
Yeah.
I watched that Forever video.
Yeah.
And it's just like
one of them fucked my ex. Maybe I can get him on.
Hey, there you go. Eskimo Brothers.
Yeah.
But you'll have that. But they are awesome.
Yeah.
Back to what it was before though. So another thing I wanted to ask you about. You said you were into Sandler and everything like that. Like, what were some of your like? Were you a big movie guy growing up?
Yes and no. But you know what's funny? My favorite Sandler movie is probably everyone's least favorite one.
Let me guess. Hold on. Is it the Zohan?
No, it's older than that.
Okay.
Like from 2000 and under. It was probably his biggest flop. It was his biggest flop.
Boat Trip?
No.
What is it?
It was Little Nicky.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Would you? I mean, I guess technically people said that was a flop for sure.
But they ate so much money on that because
I bet, but it's a cult classic.
Yeah, because I was with John Witherspoon, who's Pops from Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Well, he's in that. Where he's like, "Take your silly
he goes, what you gonna do? Buy me your snaggletooth?"
Yeah,
yeah.
So we were talking about shit in the car one time, and we were talking about movies. He only got paid $5,000 to do Friday.
Really?
That's it. And he said the money he got for doing, what's it called?
Little Nicky?
Little Nicky was insane.
I bet.
He goes, I was staying in the nicest hotels in New York City, and I literally didn't do shit the whole time. And then I think he told me he didn't even watch the movie.
I mean,
which is crazy.
I could definitely understand how that was. It was definitely his, like, weirdest type.
But see, that's why I liked it, because there was so many, like Rodney Dangerfield's in it.
Rodney Dangerfield, the dude with the what's his name? Norm Macdonald.
Yeah,
he had the tits on his
Kevin
head.
Nealon.
Or that's what I mean. Kevin Nealon.
Yeah.
Kevin. Norm Macdonald is Billy Madison.
He's Billy Madison.
Okay, yeah. But man, that's epic.
Great movie. Yeah.
That is. It's an epic movie. I remember buying Billy Madison at Suncoast Video in Century 3 Mall.
Yeah.
So I grew up in McKeesport. We had Century 3 Mall, Monroeville Mall. My aunt and uncle owned a video store in White Oak. So I think they probably had it till I was maybe like 5 or 6. So I just remember watching. I've been a movie guy. Me and my brother and my family have been movie guys forever.
Yeah.
But I remember it was a big deal because we would go to the mall and I was allowed to buy one movie. And so I still have a crazy like movie selection. Yeah. But Billy Madison, and I remember my dad used to tape up all the movie boxes just so they like wouldn't get fucked up or anything like that. And that night he let me buy Billy Madison and Blade. And it's like I watched Billy Madison front to back at all times, and my parents were always like, cool. They didn't give a shit if it was like rated R or anything like that.
Same here.
Yeah, so like I feel like if you're doing that, you're fucking your kid up. They're gonna get exposed to it regardless.
And if you're preventing them from it, they're gonna do worse.
Yeah, it's a Catholic schoolgirl syndrome. That's what I call it.
Like my dad used to let me get fucked up when I was like 15 or 16.
Yeah, and if you get it out of your system, you
He's
don't.
like, stay at your friends. He goes, if you get in a car, I'll fucking kill you myself.
That's exactly what my dad said.
And I was like, all right.
He was like, if you get drunk or anything like that, you give me a call. Don't matter. Anytime.
Yeah.
I'll pick you up. But he's like, if you're fucked up, you better stay somewhere. But like, I seriously have never drank. Like, I've just never liked it.
Yeah.
I just.
Oh, I can see it, man. It sucks. But I love
is.
it, though. But it sucks.
Regardless, though.
Yeah.
Back to high school and shit like that. You started performing 19. You were at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And after that, went to the Improv and you said you ate a bag of dicks.
Yeah.
What's
bag.
it like to bomb? And I have to be real with you. I know that it has to be awesome to be on stage and just fucking murder, but
It depends at what stage in your career you bomb. I think now if I bomb, I almost embrace it.
yeah.
Because I haven't bombed for a while.
How long you been doing it now?
About 9 years.
9 years you've been doing it.
So like the bombing stage is no longer there.
It doesn't happen as often.
Right.
And if it does happen,
But if it does happen, it's just one of those things where you just know that no matter what you're going to do,
it's humbling.
it's going to win over the audience.
Yeah.
But you also know that these jokes are proven and they've worked so many times
Yeah.
that you just have fun
Yeah, that's a good point.
and you just fucking keep driving it into them.
So did you murder a lot when you first started out?
No, I don't think any. I think I thought I did. And
Yeah.
I thought I had a big ego. But
Yeah.
no, man, I don't think I started murdering until like probably like the last 2 years.
Okay.
Because to me, it's if I got a laugh on every joke, I thought that was crushing.
Oh yeah.
But like now, to me, it's like if I don't get
A different
an
aspect
applause
about
break
things.
now, or if I don't start laughing in the middle of my shit,
Yeah.
it's not funny to me. You know what I mean?
I mean, like I could understand that.
But bombing is the worst feeling in the world.
It has to be.
It's because there's nothing you can fucking do, man.
Yeah, it's just people think you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. But the biggest way to prevent yourself from bombing is just be likable.
Yeah.
Because you'll never bomb. Like, if I come up on stage in the first 3 minutes, I'm a likable guy, you're already my friend.
Yeah.
So you're going to, like, get, like, ha, 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 ha. It's not going to be just silence.
Yeah, people could read your body language
Yeah.
for sure. And they could read if you're, like, real, like, stiff. And
When
like,
you lose confidence in a joke, it's over.
that's a perfect way to describe it. If
It's
you have confidence,
over.
it doesn't matter if it's not that funny or not.
Right.
It's just like if you rock it and you own it, there's some sort of, like...
Respect or
yeah,
swag
respect.
to it,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it for sure. So 19, you performed.
Yeah.
Then you bombed once. So what was it like was it a regular thing? Open mics from then on?
I would do open mics, and we used to do them. I mean, the Smiling Moose was the one that I think really groomed everybody.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
That was
it's
a big spot.
It's a metal bar. And
Yeah,
it's
that's what I was going to say. I didn't know
bikers.
that there was comedy there ever.
Yeah, so it was like Tuesday Night Moose, and it would be just the most rowdiest fucking people that, you know, didn't give a shit about comedy. Like, you were
Yeah.
just in their way. And for me, that's kind of where I learned how to do my crowd work.
Yeah, thrown to the
Because
wolves.
I was like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
And I just was like, pay attention to me.
Yeah.
And I just shit on everyone in the bar, and then they stopped and listened.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe that's what I have to do.
Be bold.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of what developed my style.
Yeah.
It's just
Fuck
like,
you.
Fuck you.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah, laugh, dickhead. And then they laugh. So it was cool, man.
Yeah, it's usually how it is. Like the kid, anywhere, school, anything like that. The dude who just doesn't care throws in the F word every once in a
Yeah.
while. Like that gets people's attention. And
Well, it's just like being bullied. Like these dudes were bullying you because they're not letting you
Yeah.
tell jokes. And the one dude that faces the bully, whether he gets his ass kicked or not,
yeah, people show respect.
they
him
respect
for
him
sure.
now. So the next time I was there, they would listen to me.
Yeah, like
And I'd
that's
had
that
to
dude
do-
who was standing up for himself.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well, that's a good way to look at it. I would never thought of that.
yeah.
Does the Moose still do that on Tuesdays?
They do it on Mondays now. I haven't been to the new Moose though. The guy that runs it now, his name's Elliot Burns, and I haven't been able to do it. But you know, from what I hear, it's just as painful.
Yeah,
So
I bet. Now, you were doing open mics there. Now I know that I follow that open mic page on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I see that they have them
Just
everywhere.
one every night, yeah.
And now, at that time in your career, 19, 20 years old, were you doing open mics all the time?
You have to. I mean, it's like when you go to the gym,
Yeah.
and you have to keep lifting and lifting and lifting.
Yeah.
I've been lazy recently. I haven't been going as many as I want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, you go Monday, Tuesday, or however many you could. The Improv used to have them every Wednesday, which was nice. They don't do that anymore. It's
Yeah.
like once a month. But yeah, you got to just keep fucking going. And if you're not being able to get to a mic, you just have to do something creative and have to write. And,
Yeah, exercise, like work out your mind and shit. What's your process like? Do you write a lot on stage? You do a lot of crowd work, or do you write on pen and pad?
Most of the magic happens on stage.
Yeah.
Because what I do is my phone's with me everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have a notebook next to my shower, next to my bed, and in my car.
Yeah.
Because those are the three places where
You think of something, you write it down.
Shit, yeah. So I'll just write a couple ideas, and then I'll riff it from there. Because I feel like some comedians can do like tell a story. Like that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
Because it's organic. But like dudes that write out word for word their shit, to me, I don't like that style, because if it's not working, or if you forget one word,
Yeah, it fucks
you're
your game
fucked.
up. That's a good way to put it.
You know what I mean?
The first interview I did, I was like straight up reading question, then
Yeah.
waiting for an answer, then reading a question, and like I feel that it was just like you could definitely tell
It's
that-
forced.
Yeah, it's super forced, and like you could tell that I'm sitting there going scrolling on my laptop to like see what question I was
Yeah.
at. But like I definitely can understand that it would be
Yeah.
forced and wouldn't give you as much, like you wouldn't get as like I feel that if you're learning the hard way, like it prepares you more for different situations.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of like to do crowd work too, because it kind of pins me up against the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, I go into crowd work for two reasons. One, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Two is because if you've ever noticed somebody that does crowd work, that kills the hardest, more than material, more than anything. So to have to follow that and get into material and get them still on board with you is hard. So I like that.
When I just seen you, I don't know, it probably was whenever you opened for Bert. You had a bit about Kennywood, and you were saying something about Kennywood, and you were talking to this old guy.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm going to take your wife to Kennywood, and then I'm going to take her home, and I'm going to fuck her or something.
Oh, yeah.
That old guy was just like, what? Like, so, like, everyone was laughing,
Yeah.
and he was just, like, shocked.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like he was, like, pissed. He was just like, wow, this is really happening right now.
Yeah. He's going to fuck my wife.
Yeah, it was super funny that, because you're just like, I don't know if, like, do you think that everyone who sees you knows the type of comedy you do?
I mean, if I'm headlining, for the most part, yeah. But if I'm opening for somebody,
Yeah.
it's like it's either they're Groupon and they have no fucking idea, it's just their night out, or
Yeah.
they're there to see that person.
That's I guess. I mean, I guess that's obvious.
So like
answer to it.
you kind of have like this like mindset where my shows are a lot different than most.
Yeah.
So like I try and do something where it's like, yeah, you're going to see this person, but on your car ride home, I want you to be like, that fucking goofball in the beginning.
Yeah, he was real funny.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
like to see him again. You don't got to remember my name, but as long as you enjoyed me,
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure that, like, I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I see a lot of stand-up, so I see a lot of the openers, and a lot of the time, the people that are buying tickets are for the headliners.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, the dude who opened for Craig Robinson, the short Mexican dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember his name.
Frankie.
He was fucking hilarious. to
Yeah,
me.
dude, he's great.
He was killing it. And
Yeah.
I was just like, man, like, the only way that I get exposed to comedians or any sort of comedy is through podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, the last 10 years of listening to, like, Rogan and all his fucking cronies, it's like you got Bert, you got Tom, you got Ari, and all these dudes, like, they all pretty much, like, they don't have the same style, but they're all, like, in the same cool kids
Best
club. You
squad,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And it's just like, I only hear who they talk about.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that dude was, I mean, he was
He's
hilarious.
great.
And
Yeah,
it's just
man.
like, it's cool to be able to discover comedians that not a lot of people know about.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so cool about it too. Is like I remember one of the first guys I watched was I went to go see Joe Coy at the Improv.
Okay.
And I love Joe Coy. I think he's hysterical.
Yeah.
And I remember his feature was so fucking funny to me. And his name was Ty Rivera.
Okay.
He's a comic out in LA. He lives in Phoenix now. And dude, I mean, this dude was just murdering. And I was like, I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
I would have never seen him if not for Joe Coy bringing him.
Yeah.
And now, like, it's funny because now me and Ty are friends.
That's awesome.
You
dude.
know what I mean?
It is.
And
It's
started
sick for
from
sure.
it started from me just going after the show and saying, "Hey, man, you were really good." He
Yeah.
gave me his card. And then, this was when I was very beginning in stand-up. So I didn't really talk to him about stand-up. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then, like, since then, like, we both see that we're both working now and shit. And
Yeah, and serious about it.
yeah, and he's been on Comedy Central, and he fucking crushes, man.
That's awesome.
You have to follow him. He's really funny, man.
I will after this. I'm going to get that information.
Awesome.
I'd like to watch it. Like another comedian that I just came across that I really wasn't too familiar with was Jay Larson.
Yeah.
Dude. And now his podcast, The Crab Feast, is my fucking favorite podcast of anyone's. And it's just like, I don't know. I guess I gravitate towards the comedians because, like, I have a fucking filthy mouth. And, like, I love it all. Like, I grew up on probably the same shit that everyone else grows up on. Old Sandler movies, things like that. Always seeing stand-ups. Like, whenever you were younger, did you go to a lot of stand-up shows?
No, man. You know what? It was funny. I performed before I went to a stand-up show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. I just saw what I saw on, Comedy Central or VHS. And
yeah. So you're doing open mic nights and things like that. When did you start becoming, like a known name around here?
I don't think I am now.
You don't think you're a known name?
I mean,
in Pittsburgh?
I don't think.
I mean, who else? What other comedians in Pittsburgh?
Bill Crawford, I think, is probably.
I mean, you know him.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel you're pretty relevant. Like, a lot of people know who you are.
I think if you're into stand-up comedy,
yeah,
you are. But, like, if I knocked on this door, like, next to us, like, hey, do you know who I am? They'd be like, who the fuck are you?
I mean, I guess that's a good point.
But I mean, yeah, I think I've done okay so far. But I would say it probably started, unfortunately, when I was sick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got a lot of publicity because of it. I mean, I was in, like, every newspaper.
Oh, so that was like how? So if you were sick and getting all this done, like, how did that even happen?
What do you mean?
Like, how did people start even knowing about it? Like if other people have cancer all the time.
Because I was still going open mics. Like I was.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah,
so like
yeah,
they were kind of like, oh, Matt's doing stand up and while he's sick.
Yeah.
And then like
obviously that's
next
a
thing
PR story.
Yeah, everyone was like, oh, we got to talk to this dude.
Yeah.
And then people would twist it and make it seem like it was like my Make-A-Wish and like this was me starting stand up at this moment.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not what this situation was.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me because, people wanted me to be the kid with cancer that did comedy.
Yeah.
Not the comedian that was battling cancer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like,
and it's hard.
Like if someone was thinking, oh, this kid has cancer and we're just gonna like do this for him, they might not like the playing field is gonna be different.
Yeah. And like I could tell that a lot of people that like in the Pittsburgh scene, like they were doing me favors.
Yeah.
Because of that reason. Like I don't give a fuck, I'll say it. I would go on the road with like a comic or two and I knew why I was there.
Okay.
To be like, look, I'm helping him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then when like fire caught under my ass and I started to do well, they weren't fucking with me anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was pretty much like a gimmick almost.
Yeah, it was like, hey, look, I'm helping him out. I'm a good guy too.
Yeah.
And then 2014 comes. That summer, I win Best Comedian in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and you start like really becoming like
and then everyone's
like,
well, fuck him. He only got this because he had cancer. And I'm like, well, which side is it? Are you on the bandwagon?
Yeah,
or are you
man, that's
hating me
fucked
now?
up. That really is messed up.
So, I mean, I've heard that since, I mean, there's comics that I would be in the green room with them and they'd be telling Josh Blue or Steve Renazizi, they'd be like, the only reason why he won Best Comedian is because he had cancer.
That's fucked up.
But, and
how are you going to take it away for, like someone's hard work like that?
It pissed me off, and that's why when I won the next year, it was even better because it was like, now what's the excuse?
Yeah, I don't have no fucking cancer now.
And then when I won in 2016, I was like, now what's the fucking excuse?
So 3 years.
I won 3 years in a row, and I lost last year.
Lost last year.
So we're gonna win this year.
That's fine. Bring
We're
it
gonna
back
get
on
4.
top.
We're gonna get
4.
Yeah.
And you got to win next year. One for the thumb. Yeah. So now, whenever you were like sick doing comedy, were you still like? Did you always have the same style, like kind of raunchy, like what would you?
I think I was more intimidating before the cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I had to change because my hair was going. I had no eyebrows.
Oh, that's a good point.
So
I didn't even think about that.
So I was showing
you
up
straight up
like
looked like powder.
a fucking glowworm. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I looked like Hellraiser because I had like 9 little fucking
Hellraiser. Oh my god.
And I was like, I had to address the elephant. So
Yeah,
I
I
realized
guess.
they liked me as a nice guy.
Yeah.
So I learned how to do.
He said I looked like Hellraiser.
I learned how to do raunchier shit
Yeah.
by being more likable. So I don't think my style necessarily changed.
Yeah.
I just understood why it was working.
Yeah, I can
And
understand
used
that.
that formula moving forward because the stuff that I do is very hit or miss.
Yeah.
And you have to have that likability to get away with it. And before I was sick, I didn't know how to use that likability.
I feel like a lot of comedians, though, if they're not doing like the stuff that they themselves think that they're funny,
Yeah.
like that's where you get the term like selling out, like trying to appeal to just like one
Or
crowd.
being a hack.
Yeah, being a hack is a better way to say
Yeah.
it, because like if you know that this is going to be like if you're not taking risks
Yeah.
and like doing it your own way, like why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, and I think one thing about stand up too is I fucking hate more than anything is like I do all kinds of shows, but
Yeah.
people won't book me to do clean. And they'll ask me, they'll book other people for a show that I can totally do.
Doing clean, for anyone that's listening, means like not swearing or
Right.
using any bad language, right?
But it's such a broad subject, so it's like they'll come up to me and be like, "Oh, you can do clean?" I'm like, "Bro, I can do clean." Like you act like
Now, is that like a switch for you? Like, I feel, because it's
not as fun.
dude, it's hard for me to not swear.
Yeah.
Like, my mother-in-law does not swear.
Yeah.
So I let fucks fly like they're free.
Yeah.
And then I go over there and it's hard because I have to reserve myself. So I couldn't imagine like what it would be like to be a comedian and like be able to say cunt and whatever
Yeah.
else, or
Well, I treat it like a job, man. Like I used to be a server, and I couldn't be like, "Hey, cocksucker, what
you know
do
what?
you want
That's
to
a
eat?"
good point. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a good point.
So like, and I think a lot of people think that just because I'm dirty on stage,
Yeah.
that like I go to my uncle's birthday
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, you fucking pedophile geek, what do you want?" You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
just I get what you're saying. That's a good way to look at it.
But and I just hate how people think that like clean comedy is superior. Like if you're not a clean comic, like, oh well, he's dirty. I like guys that are clean. They don't have to use the word fuck. It's like, no, that's not the situation. It's just that this is me.
Yeah, just
I didn't grow up in
add some
Upper St.
seasoning.
Clair.
Yeah, it's just
you
some
know?
seasoning.
Yeah, like you.
It's my North Hills spice.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just I don't know, and I feel like the people that are clean have more closets in their. I mean, skeletons in their closet.
yeah,
than
there's something
someone
creepy
that's
about a
real.
dude that's not going to say swear words.
Like I just tell it like it is, and that's why.
and I love that. I love
You
it.
know?
I love it. It's
And
good.
if you,
got to
don't,
be
you
like
can leave,
that.
and I'm okay with that.
The world is not sugar coated.
Yeah.
Like, you were a fucking good person by whatever guidelines you want to be. You're not fucking killing people, hurting animals, things like that. But you get cancer. Like
Yeah.
it's like the world is not sugar coated.
Yeah,
It's
for
just
sure.
Like, why?
Yeah. And you know what's funny is like when I had the cancer too, is like I was upset about it, but now I look back at it, man, like I'm glad it happened, man.
I bet.
real.
Like, I mean,
But
you
you learn a
fucking went
lot.
through that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you get in
I mean,
touch
I'm not
with
paying
yourself.
them back. I'm not paying them back. They're not getting a dime. 7 more. No, I think I got 4 more years.
What?
And then it's off my record.
What is that like? Even like, does your insurance cover if you have?
So
That's a whole different road.
So I mean, each chemo treatment was like $62,000,
What?
and they're bi-weekly. So
For 6 months.
So you're looking at
That's
62
2 months.
grand
That's 12.
times 12 plus the scans that are a couple G's, and I mean it was like $1 million project. You know what I mean? And,
oh my God.
but I mean, after insurance, I think they covered a fucking huge chunk.
Yeah.
I owe probably, I would say, in around of $100,000.
Oh
But that's
God.
okay, because as long as you don't acknowledge it,
Yeah, you
good. Don't have to pay it back. It's when you pick up the phone, you're like, oh fuck, my bad, or they're like, you want to make a $1 deposit? I'm like, no, because then the clock starts again from that moment. So if I just keep ignoring it for like,
I think it's insane that you have to pay for that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'm not going to.
No, I mean, like, if people that are sick have to pay for that, like, I mean,
I just don't like how it can affect you negatively when it comes to purchasing things, because it's like,
does it?
Yeah, it's not like I
my
signed
God.
up for like fucking
Exactly.
like I wasn't like
bro, that is
an
nuts.
idiot. Yeah, like I would have went to college if I wanted to be this bad in debt. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Like $100,000. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna build my
I got-
physical
I
well-being
went
back
to
up. Or I'm
Duquesne.
gonna go.
Yeah, bro.
I went to Duquesne. Oh, that's insane. So
Wild, man.
22, 23, you're in the comedy game.
Yeah.
Just swinging away. And you're on the road at this time? Like, when's the first time you went on the road?
First time I went on the road was with I think John Evans. John
Okay.
Evans, he was on Last Comic Standing.
Okay.
Great comic. He lives in Pittsburgh now. There were some shitty gigs that were really cheap, and but he knew I wanted to go on the road.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Listen, I'll go if you want to go." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I drove. I didn't care. I took the loss. I didn't make any money, but we went to like Upper New York. We did like Jamestown. We did some fucking casino up near Ottawa.
Yeah.
We did like 2 other places. I think I tried heroin. I don't even know what the fuck this drug was.
Jeez. It's a good, good sidebar.
Well, here's what happened. I think it was coke, but it was like, here's what we were at some nightclub, and I'm hanging out, and this fucking these like 2 dudes, this chick and the girl, are just like, yo, come party with us.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I mean, I've never done anything before. Like, I've smoked weed, like, but that was it. And
Yeah.
they were like, come on, dude, let's get fucked up. And I was
Oh,
like, all
my
right.
God.
So they got like this powder that I thought was coke, but it was like yellowish.
Oh, my God.
So I was like, it could be like really pure coke, or it could have been like a pill, or I don't
Hey,
know.
let's roll the dice.
Yeah, I was like, YOLO. So
YOLO.
I did it, and then I just remember like the way that I was feeling. I kept pacing, going back and forth, like, and I was on the phone with my buddy at the hotel. And I'm at the hotel. I'm like, yeah, there's a big party across the street. I'm about to fuck every girl. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. He's like, what are you doing? I don't know. I just snorted something. So then I woke up the next morning, and it was folded in a $20 bill.
Yeah.
Whatever was left. And I was so fucking paranoid that I just washed it down the fucking drain. And then turns out, like, when we saw what it was, coke. It was like the purest of the fucking pure for whatever was in New York. And my buddy's like, dude, I would have done it. And I was like, well, fuck, I didn't know. I was just, and then I was, do you take this $20 bill too?
Yeah,
Shit
it
on
has residue on it.
Yeah, so I just, because I was never that type of person.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even drink, so it's like,
Yeah.
I just hate, like, not being
In control.
Yeah, it's just like, I
Yeah.
don't want to not be able to drive home. I fucking hate sleeping at people's houses.
Yeah, dude.
I used to like it. I used to never be at home whenever I was living with my parents. I had a mean ass room. It was like an apartment.
Yeah.
But like, I just always wanted to be out. Now I'm the exact opposite.
I'm not passing out in these fucking jeans. It's uncomfortable.
Exactly, bro. I come home from work and I take my pants off immediately and put on night pants.
That's it.
Gym
Shorts,
shorts,
night pants.
cut off usually.
Yep.
It's like I have a guest, so I got a sleeves on this time.
Yeah, I
These guns are
appreciate it.
sleeves.
Thanks, bro. I didn't want to shop by them guns.
Yeah, you didn't want to shop by these. They're not too big.
You ever
But,
get in a fight? You look like you could beat some ass.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. I've been in a couple fights, but like, I mean,
Can you brawl?
if I had to defend myself, I'll roll the dice.
Yeah.
I'll roll the dice.
Yeah.
I just I don't go looking for trouble.
Sure. Nobody should, but you look like a dude that could.
I fought a guy in high school one
Yeah.
time, and it was just like a big group fight, and I worked at a gas station. Okay,
Yeah.
And I worked at a gas station as a cash register assistant, or I ran the cash register.
Oh, I thought you were assistant to somebody running the register. I'm like, how fucking retarded are these
Assistant
people?
to the regional manager. But I worked as a cash register, but there was a Subway inside of this fucking place. So I come in one day, and my manager goes, "Oh, whoever called off, you're going to have to fill in at Subway." I was like, "Oh, great."
Have you ever done this before?
Never. Bro, they gave me a large shirt. Do I look like I wear a large shirt?
No.
Well, they gave me a large polo that said Subway on it, and they gave me a dad hat with a Velcro back that wouldn't fit anyone. And it was on my head, but I had to wear it because you had to wear something on your hair. So I looked like a fucking monkey with a little hat on. And this dude that I got in a fight with in high school walks in and gets in the line in Subway. And it's like my manager is there like shadowing me, and I'm just like, "How are you? Can I help you?" And you're just like, "Fuck, I gotta cook. I gotta make this sandwich."
Yeah, and he
for
sees,
this dude.
He sees what I'm doing, so I can't even spit.
100%. And it's just like, that was the lowest point in my life.
Did he dick you off? Be like, "Can I get some pickles?" Okay, a little more pickles.
Just give you a smile at the end, a real smug smirk, like, yeah, make my sandwich, bitch. yeah, sandwich artist, bitch. But
That's
I don't
great.
know. I don't like fighting too much.
Nah, me neither.
No
man.
one wants to get punched in the face.
I don't think. No,
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
that's true.
What about you? You been in some fights?
Some at concerts.
Yeah.
Usually, it's just like what happens is it's just like we're like defending my girlfriend or something like that.
Yeah, like if someone did something to my wife, I would stab someone with a
Yeah.
fucking pen.
Yeah, for sure, right in the
And-
fucking neck.
Yeah, not even
hesitate.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
a bunch of times.
For me, by the way, Casino is the greatest movie ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Casino over Goodfellas.
Me
I like
too.
them both, but
We just had that debate, me and Ray.
I would
Zawadney.
love to be involved with it because everyone's like, dude, Goodfellas, the best ever.
Casino has too many characters. It's too good.
It's too good, and
Yeah.
it's just like the whole vibe of them being in Las Vegas.
I just think the mob taking over Vegas is a more interesting story.
that's so much more gangster than him just selling a bunch of coke and getting all strung out and ratting on his
that's
friends.
everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
at
like
those
that's just the
times.
tip. I mean, I guess that's realistic, but
Right.
the whole casino shit, man, that
It's
is
great.
it's such an epic movie.
Yeah.
And then you have Sharon Stone, the original harlot,
Yeah.
and she was just like every character in there was just insane. I
Yeah.
aspire to dress like Ace whenever I get older.
Bro, we were just talking about that. I said we should just start dressing like that for no reason.
Why not?
Just go to a fucking pirate game.
If I was allowed to wear a funnier suit to my wedding, I would have worn something
Yeah.
crazy. Like whenever he's talking to the cowboy guy and he's like in his desk with only the boxers
and
on.
he's got all blues on.
Yeah, and then he goes to the closet and he puts the pants on. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be that gangster.
That's awesome.
Where I'm sitting in my office in my boxers until someone I got to deal with for 2 minutes. I just put my pants on, do this, I'm out.
Legendary.
Legendary. The dude
Yeah.
was a gangster. So like, would you say, like, what did you listen to a lot of comedy or anything like that? Did you watch a lot of, like, I asked you if you watched movies, but like, would you say that like Billy Madison and like Happy Gilmore and all that shit, was that like, did you ever
His
take
CDs
any
were more inspirational to me,
man.
man. Like,
what the hell happened to me?
dude, they're all so funny. And then then I found out when you've heard the Lonesome Kicker.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever see the music video?
No.
Yeah, it's gonna blow your fucking mind.
I bet.
He's a kicker for the Pittsburgh Steelers
Oh,
at
really?
Three River Stadium. And then when he says they're going for 2, Cordell pats him on the back and runs on the field. The guy playing the saxophone in the video is Jerome Bettis.
Oh my God. I'm going to watch this after this.
So then I was like, this dude's a Steelers fan? This is awesome.
Yeah.
So it turns out Sandler is not only just a Jets fan,
Yeah.
but a Steelers fan.
Wow.
Because if you look back into it, look at The Water Boy. Bill Cowher's in The Water Boy.
That's a
Right?
good point.
And Happy Gilmore.
So is Lynn Swan.
Yeah. So then in Happy Gilmore, when he gets hit by the car, they go, New Jersey loves you. Pittsburgh loves you. My sister loves you. And
Wow.
then,
The more you know.
ready? We're not even done yet. Then there's The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Paul Crewe was a quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow.
So he's got some Pittsburgh ties.
Damn.
Which I don't know what they are, but like you know how our city is. Anything that like supports,
it's seriously prestigious.
follow.
Like it really is like Pittsburgh is a crazy vibe.
Yeah.
It's like for being a small, like the biggest small city. I mean, like we definitely have people that fuck with us. Snoop Dogg. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
And we're so proud, man. Like
Yeah.
Like I can talk shit on Big Ben because he's our guy.
Yeah, but if
But
other
if
people
you
talk
do,
shit.
like I will beat the fuck out of you. I get so mad. Like sports is what gets me so fucking pissed.
I don't follow any of it. I watch hockey. That's it. I
Yeah.
can't wait. I'm going to
Tomorrow,
the
right?
game tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be very epic.
So when
is
this
gonna
comes
come out
out,
later.
you went to the game 2 weeks ago.
I went to the game 2 weeks ago where Marc-Andre Fleury
gave up goal number 400 to Sidney Crosby.
Dude, did you hear? Do you listen to Mark Madden?
Yeah.
Do you think Mark Madden brought up the perfect Marc-Andre Fleury scenario, and it is a empty netter win by Fleury. He finally get his goal, but
That'd be sick.
It'll never happen. But
No.
I would literally cry if it did. But
I'm proud of him, man. I'm happy that fucking town is embracing him because
absolutely,
he deserves it.
he's
man.
hard to not embrace.
He's so likable.
Let me go back because I'm curious about this. From you being your professional opinion, why do you think Adam Sandler is so what's the word? Maybe depressed or dark now? Like, did you hear that like Adam Sandler is like a manic depressive? Like,
Well, because I think the biggest thing is like when you watch I mean you could say it about any comedian. We have to pretend that we're happy 24/7.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to ask you. So like,
Go ahead.
People like, I mean, you're obviously not the same that you are with the characters you play on TV.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize too. Like, I mean, there's times where, we're sitting in the green room and we're fighting with our girlfriends through text messaging.
And then I have to go out and
then
fucking
you have
pretend
to go
to be the
out
funniest.
and put on a fucking suit. And be, hey, what's the deal with airplane food? When in reality, I just want to fucking kill everyone.
Yeah, you don't want to be
there.
there, and you're just like, I have real problems too.
So but you got to treat it like work, man. I mean,
that's a good point.
But no, I mean, like Sandler, I think he's getting a little bit darker. I mean, Funny People was good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
Decent, but like,
what do you think happened with the rest of the movies after that? Like the Ridiculous Six,
Paychecks.
Yeah, like I mean, if people like the dude has made some of the greatest comedies of all time, like they all can't be fucking
gold.
Yeah,
and what he's doing, what he did back then, won't work now.
Yeah,
because comedy's always evolving.
Yeah,
like him, like that's not what's funny now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because back then, goofballs and jocks were the cool kids.
Yeah.
Now intelligent fucks are. That's why Jeselnik murders.
Yeah, dry,
right now.
sarcastic
stuff.
stuff.
Smart comedy.
Yeah,
it's
like
good,
witty. That's
witty.
like almost like backhanded.
Right.
Yeah.
Alternative is almost what's in.
That's a real good. That's a real good way to look at it.
And plus, I mean, you got to remember, Adam Sandler is now 45 years old.
Yeah.
So like, he's older than that, but like, I mean, it's hard to be like, okay, you have to be. Oh, my mama said that alligators are older because they got all them teeth and all.
Yeah.
He's sick of that.
I bet he is like.
But he also wants to make movies that his kids can watch.
And I think he also wants to make movies that he's able to choose the people that are in it because like, he's very, very like
he's got his clique.
Yeah, he got his clique and he's loyal to them. He's very loyal to them,
Yeah.
and I think that's dope though.
I would do that, and we've always talked about it that if we ever one of us got a Hollywood push,
Yeah.
One of my biggest things is okay, well, you're not gonna have Adam Devine play me. Like I'm gonna be in that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Zac Efron's not gonna play me. Like it's me. And it's not going to be some other little fucker. It's going to be me and my buddies.
Yeah, and your friends and stuff like that. I don't know. I think that I think it's just a wild world that we live in now.
Yeah.
And like it's just like everything is so it's just weird how everything is. It's just like people just put on a half of the people are just like super like blatant and half the people are just like they just want to appeal to other people.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I guess that is the world. It's
Yeah.
like there's people that are just real to themselves.
You have to have a market willing to buy whatever you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
But at the same time, is when you're not true to yourself, you're really missing out on a lot, and you're not going to be happy for the long run.
Yeah, I mean I agree. I agree with you for sure, because like if you're just making some shit up and just doing it to do it, like whatever. You like his setup right here?
What,
Got
this?
the iPhone
Oh, I
charger.
love it, bro. Is this Amazon right here?
This is
This
no.
little-
That's a 6-foot iPhone cable.
Yeah,
from
I'm
the
saying-
iPhone store.
From the iPhone store.
That's legit,
Oh, that's big bucks.
dude. We're big
What does
balling
something
here.
like that cost?
I don't know, like
Six-
$25.
That's it?
Bro, it's a game changer. You lay in bed, you got a 6-foot iPhone cable.
That's awesome.
The I'll Call You Right Back podcast is high class. We got drinks. We got a candle burning.
Yeah, and you didn't even get me some pussy ass drink. You got me exactly what I asked.
You already
for.
know that. This is
Yeah,
this
it's
is the
delicious.
real deal.
Real deal.
But so as far as like the whole comedy aspect of it all, I think that it's all fascinating.
Yeah.
I have a huge respect for everyone, and I think it's very interesting. And I'm sure that you've been in it for 9 years, so that brings you to a lot of awesome opportunities. Like, who
Yeah.
were some of the people that you've got to work with?
Well, before we get into that, I'll tell you something, because you were always asking me what my biggest inspirations were and everything
Yeah.
like that. Believe it or not, it has nothing to do with stand-up comedy.
What's it have to do with?
Professional wrestling.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that. Now elaborate a little bit.
So, growing up, my hero was Shawn Michaels
Oh yeah,
and
Heartbreak Kid.
the Heartbreak Kid. So I tried to find a way to be like him without being a wrestler.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was just never going to work out
You don't
to
think
be a wrestler.
you don't have the what? You don't have the physique for a
I
wrestler?
mean, I'm little, and Shawn Michaels was considered little.
Yeah.
He's like 5'10", $170, and then there's me who's 5'5", 205. So
and there's me who looks like Paul Bear.
There you. Oh,
Yeah.
So like, if you put us together, we could have been something, maybe.
Yeah.
We could have been like Girth, Wind, and Fire or something.
Girth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, we need somebody else. But so his whole attitude was, he was the first heel that I like to watch. And for those of you that don't know what heel means, it's the villain, it's the bad guy.
Yeah.
He was the first bad guy that was not in character. Like, he wouldn't like paint his face like a ghost and be like, I'm gonna collect your fucking souls. He just was saying, you're a fucking square, you're a loser.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love everything about that. And when he was, going through the business, there was a group called The Click, and it was him, Triple H, Razor Ramon, Diesel, and it was the 1, 2, 3 Kid. Those guys ran the business.
Yeah.
And people didn't know that. Shawn determined who worked, why they worked. They were the ones that changed the gimmicks from like, okay, instead of having like a garbage man or a clown, you're just going to be you, but more animated. Like
Yeah.
Stone Cold was just Steve Austin who
Yeah, but
didn't
just-
give a fuck.
Yeah.
So people could relate to that.
They
So
just beef it up a little bit.
so that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an exaggerated version of Matt Light.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do shows the way that I wanted to. Because when Shawn was big, Shawn had to fucking wait until dudes like Hogan and them were gone, because
They were already had the spotlight.
right, and they needed a big guy who was like 6'6", 6'7", and he
Yeah.
kind of changed that platform where you can be a good worker. So I tried to change what I do on stage with stand up is like, I don't have to have jokes written word for word.
Yeah.
I don't have to be the best storyteller, but what I can do better than anybody else is show you who I am and put on a show. Like, you've seen me a few times.
Yeah.
I've jumped off fucking ladders. I go
Yes,
hit in
you
the head
have.
with a fucking chair.
Yeah.
I rip on the audience. I make fun of myself. I have one-liners. I don't subject myself to one style.
Yeah, it's just like why do it?
And I always try and redefine myself. And I think that's what he did. So that's the inspiration.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Mark Madden says his inspiration is woo, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, yeah.
And it's just like, if you think about it back in the day, like we were talking about this before we were recording, but like I asked you if you still watch wrestling.
Yeah.
And you say you do. And it's just like, I remember back in the day, like how fucking epic it was.
It was great.
It's just like everything about it, like those dudes, like even though I remember there was a time in life where I thought that it was still like 100%, like everything I was watching was like gospel and real.
Yeah.
And then I remember going from that age to like knowing like, oh, this is somewhat like scripted and like this, they have like a storyline. And I honestly thought it was so much cooler that it's just like a whole business behind there. Like, and it's just like wrestling now. I just can't get into it. I can't follow it anymore.
And I still watch it, but like it's one of those things for me. It's I'm watching and I'm excited and I'm like, well, okay, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck did I just wait here for 3 hours?
Yeah, they just keep you on the edge.
Yeah, and the biggest problem is that it's publicly traded now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so they want to keep WWE more family friendly.
Yeah, like PC and shit
right,
like that.
so I'm like, dude, fuck that. Just do you. Man.
Yeah, back in the day it was wild.
Yeah, you'd see titties. Stone Cold was flicking people off, drinking beer. Shawn Michaels would show his ass and fake jerk off the audience.
When Stone Cold came in with the beer truck.
And just hosed the whole fucking
ring.
ring.
like those were such wild times.
Yeah.
They really were. So your favorite wrestler was Shawn Michaels?
By far.
What about nowadays? You have a favorite?
I have 2 favorites.
Okay.
Well, I have a bunch, but I'll say Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
Because he reminds me of Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
But Seth Rollins I really like.
I do know who that is. I don't know who Dolph Ziggler is.
Dolph is he's pretty much he's a combination of like Billy Gunn, Shawn Michaels, and Mr. Perfect.
That seems like that's
All
a good one
combined.
together.
Yeah, just he looks like a cocky beach boy.
Oh yeah,
You know, like a surfer looking.
I
dude.
might know who you're talking about now. I mean, like I see the shit
He
that
does
people post
stand-up
online.
comedy,
Okay, I think I do know who you're talking about.
He's not good at it,
Yeah, I mean,
but he does it.
whatever. He's trying,
Yeah, he's using his name. That's fine.
getting the licks out.
Wish
there.
I could.
Yeah, wish you could. But
But that was the thing, is you were talking about guys that it was cool to work with.
yeah,
Rob Van Dam, I toured with him.
yeah, I seen that. That's fucking wild.
We did about 40 different cities. And,
Oh really? How long
yeah.
did that go on for?
Well, we did it. One was for 2 weeks. One was for a week and a half. One was for a week.
Man.
So we were just banging back and forth and going to places. But like, it was cool because for the first time, like I always wanted to be a wrestler. That was the #1 dream.
Yeah.
So to be working with this dude and I actually flipped out one time because they were late for a show, him and his feature with me. We would go back and forth, me and the feature Tom. We would go I would go right before RVD and then he would, and we would rotate.
Yeah.
But they kept coming late, so I never got to go right before RVD. So I flipped out wrestling style in front of all these wrestling fans, and I turned heel, and I was like, fuck this. I go, I'm the best one on this fucking tour. I go, no matter what happens, at the end of the night, you're going to be thinking of me, not these 2 motherfuckers. I go, you're
my
riding the
God.
coattails off this dude's name, and flipped, dropped the mic, walked off. So when I walked, and the crowd loved every
This was
minute
not
of it.
like anything like
No, we
scripted.
were in Denver. I just was so sick of not fucking
Oh my word.
being where I thought I should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I flipped and I come off the curtain and Rob Van Dam was right there. Heard the whole fucking thing. And Rob goes, that was amazing.
Oh, really?
He's like, you could literally be in WWE with what you just said. He's like, you cut the best promo. And I was like, you're not mad? He's no, I don't give a fuck. He goes, I know you're a stand-up comic, and I'm just doing this for fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's awesome. I mean, that's definitely
So
respectable.
that was what was cool. Is like he understood why I was pissed.
Yeah.
And from that point on in the tour, I would go. And the best part was like I never got like when we came to Pittsburgh, he was like, would you kind of want to headline your hometown? And I go, no. I go, you have to follow me in my hometown.
Yeah, I mean, like, it probably sucked for him kind of because, like,
Oh, yeah.
that's your job.
I mean, he's making $2 a show. I'm making $250 a show.
Yeah.
So my gratification, was to be like, all right, you want to make all this money? Fucking follow me.
Yeah, earn it.
Earn it.
Yeah.
And I mean, every
cut
night
your
I
teeth
was-
after someone who's fucking been doing it for years.
And I did. I crushed that tour, and I did
bet.
great. And that was what was good for me, is because then, like, dude, I went to WrestleMania, and fucking people were at like the fan fest. It's called Access.
Yeah.
They're all coming over. I'm taking pictures with people. They're like, we saw you on the RVD tour, man.
That's
we saw
awesome.
the show. I'm like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, dude, that is epic.
So that was what was cool. And then the fact that like WWE wrestlers have all seen the moves that I've done.
Yeah.
Like that's
Wait,
to me
so
what's cool.
we got to pause right there. You said you jumped off the ladder, you stunned someone. Now, did that go on Good Morning America?
The stunner did.
Yeah, the stunner.
The stunner did. And people
Okay.
think that was, and they advertised it as the host was that got the stunner. The truth behind that was,
Yeah, give people a background to what happened beforehand.
a lot of people don't know what happened. So this was my going away show.
Okay.
I was moving to Los Angeles.
Okay.
With the girl that fucked the guy from Code Orange.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
When she was on break.
When was this?
This happened. I don't know when she fucked him. I'm probably like,
No, I mean like when.
oh, December, January of.
What day did they get? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, what time was
So the last show was April 28th, 2016.
this? Okay.
And her and I tried to work things out, and we're like, all right, we're gonna move to LA. We're gonna just do it.
Yeah.
Take the jump. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And I said, because if it doesn't work out, I'll just still do my stand up here anyways.
Yeah.
So it's 2 weeks before we're moving, and I'm selling tickets, and this was my way to get my money because I'm gonna make $6,000 from the show, so that's gonna help me move. And she tells me 2 weeks beforehand, I'm moving on my own. My friend Caroline and I have a place that we're gonna get, and you're not moving with us. You can still move if you want, but the place that we looked at, we're not.
Not me and you.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, what do I do
Jesus.
now? I was like, I can't. $6,000's not enough to go by yourself. Yet,
Yeah, for
you know?
sure.
And
Piss that away in a couple months.
yeah, and I was like, fuck, man, what do I do? So I'm like, I'm staying here, but I can't tell people that I'm staying here.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna fucking kill me. So I do my set, and but before I do my set, I talk to the GM of the club. I'm
Okay.
like, how do I close this show without fucking chaos and them rioting? And he's like, why don't I come out like Vince McMahon and fire you like you always wanted to do? And I was like, dude, that's awesome. I was like, dude, can I give you the Stone Cold Stunner? And he's like, do you know how to? And I'm like,
Yeah, dude. I've seen it a million times.
yeah. I'm
Cannot be that hard.
Yeah, I was
Kick
like-
you in the dick. Give me a little loop to loop. You're out. You're out.
yeah.
Sell it.
I was like, I got this. And he was like, all right, what do I do? I was
Do you
like,
know how to do it? Yeah, dude. I know how.
so I just sent him a tutorial on how to do it. And there's these two white trash dudes in a yard.
Oh my
that do
god.
it. So comes out, and I'm like, do you guys want me to stay in Pittsburgh? They're like, yeah. And then Vince McMahon's music comes out. He goes to fire me, and I go to shake his hand, and I kick him. I give him the stunner, smash the beers.
Dude, well
Everyone's-
executed too.
Thank you. Everyone's going fucking nuts.
It was well executed. Did
Yeah.
you practice it beforehand?
Never. We've
hey.
never done it before.
Hey, it looked real good.
Dude,
Could have been
it-
stone cold up there.
Got a few million views on Facebook. Then it was on Good Morning America. Then I'm getting all these friend requests, and people want me to like go on tour, and
Yeah.
but the money wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll just keep doing this shit. So then I had a female host one of my shows.
Yeah.
And the lights go pitch black, and I'm behind her now. And then there's a table in front of her, and the Undertaker's music comes on.
Yep.
And I choke slam her through a fucking table. But I did this on a Groupon night where they didn't know who I
my
was.
god.
So there's like 55-year-old people flipping out, running up the aisles like, that dude just assaulted that woman.
Oh my god.
So now I'm getting like, shit, I got to leave the fucking place.
Yeah.
And then like we do it again. Then we do the mayor for Pittsburgh thing.
Yeah.
No, I've been running for mayor for a year and a half at this point. And
Yeah.
we had a fake Bill Peduto come out, and I super kicked him, gave him sweet chin music. I put him on top of this fucking table, and then
Oh
I
my
jumped 10 feet
God.
off a ladder and fucking elbow dropped him.
How did that go? Any injuries
I
at all?
broke his hand.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I broke his hand.
I broke it. Hey, you all right? Yeah, I guess I'm all right.
Well, so we put him over a trash can though. So like his head is covered, so he has no idea when it's coming.
Yeah.
And I landed it right, but yeah, I broke his fucking hand.
Jesus. So Oh man. Oh my God. Now does I'm sure
He hates
Batuto,
me.
he knows who you are.
Yeah, he hates my guts.
I bet he does.
Yeah, he's not
But
a
I mean,
fan of mine.
Fuck it, whatever.
And at first, it was just a joke.
But-
Like it was just like, fuck Peduto, and I didn't really have an opinion on him.
yeah.
But then the more and more I learned about this dude, I don't mind his policies.
I don't know anything about it, honestly.
I just don't like people that when they say, as mayor of Pittsburgh, us Pittsburghers, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you ain't speaking for
You're
everyone.
not speaking for me.
Yeah.
Fuck your bike lanes.
I don't know anything about any of that.
He's just an idiot.
That's fine.
You should have voted for me.
I did.
You live in the city.
I voted for you.
Did you?
I don't vote, but
You don't vote.
I don't
Pretend vote.
Hey, I gave
If
you
you
two.
were to vote.
I gave you two of my own. I wrote
take it.
you in myself.
I'll take it.
My brother once ran for town constable of Elizabeth,
Yeah.
and I'm going to show you the picture.
As a joke?
As a joke.
Okay.
He won. He won by write-in.
No.
I mean, it's only Elizabeth, but there's a lot of like things that you had to do, like.
So it didn't count.
Well, I mean, it did count. It's just he declined it.
Dude, that's awesome.
He just declined it.
Well, so we were kind of getting
This was his. I made that. Okay, so my
That's
brother,
amazing.
my brother got into hunting, and whenever I said he got into it, like I mean he got into it. Like
Yeah.
went and bought all the shit. He was in a full orange get up, but I put that on on like a vote for me thing on Facebook. Dude, a bunch of people shared it. He ended up winning. I'm sure that there was only like 4 people
That's
that
amazing.
needed to vote, but he did win.
Well, that's what was kind of scary about what we were doing, man, because when we were doing our videos, people would walk by and be like, Matt Light for mayor. And we're like, fuck, people
like
are
what would have
catching
happened
on.
if you would have won that?
So that's why if you watch, like, I used to do these videos weekly, and I stopped doing them the year of the election because I was scared that
Yeah.
I was going to fucking win.
So what? I mean, even if you won, you could have declined it, right?
But I probably, I know how my ego is.
You would have said yes.
I
and
would
tried
have
to make it
taken the
work.
fucking job, and I would have fired everyone.
It would have
and
been-
like we all would have had jobs.
It would have been funny.
It would have been casino in fucking
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
it seriously would have just like,
Like
overrun people.
Like we would have made Ravenstall look like a fucking legend. Like he was
Oh,
the
my
greatest ever.
God.
We would have been the sleaziest motherfuckers. And so we had the idea of Matt for mayor, and then, you know, I worked for WTAE, which is a branch of ABC.
Yeah.
They come out with a show called The Mayor about a black rapper who runs for mayor and accidentally wins. Fucking coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a coincidence. That's what I was going to ask you about. I didn't know if I should bring it
Yeah,
up at
you
all,
can
but-
fuck them. I'm off contract.
All right, yeah, fuck them, right?
Yeah.
Fuck-ins. No.
Fuck yes.
Well, I mean, like that is that would have been crazy if you would have won.
Yeah. Oh, it would have been so awesome.
It would have been awesome. Hey, there's always next time.
There's always next 4 but I'd have to technically because I moved to Glenshaw, so I would have to move back into the city
And have a
live there for
Pittsburgh address.
3 years, I think.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So, but
always different.
always loopholes,
Always
man.
loopholes.
But yeah, Peduto's a bitch. I hate him. I hope he's listening. Peduto, I want to beat you up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening, then
Or Jordan York,
you gotta-
if you know him.
I don't know who that is.
He's a rapper from Pittsburgh.
Jordan York.
He's really corny. Like he does that
White dude or
Pittsburgh
black
song.
dude?
White dude.
Okay.
Backwards hat always.
I think I do know who he is though.
Yeah.
Were you fighting with him on Facebook at
Yeah.
one time? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't really involved in the fight. I just go after people.
Yeah.
And he was the victim, and then people, because I made a video about how I hate how rappers just pander to their city and
Yeah.
they get famous, and it was blatantly off of him, and then people were tagging him, and I was like, oh, he saw this, good, fuck him.
Yeah.
I was like, let's do a charity boxing match, and I said if I win,
That's okay. Now I do remember that.
the
Yeah,
money
yeah.
goes to my charity, and if you win,
What happened with that?
he don't want
He don't want none of that noise.
he don't want none of that girth.
He lights out.
Lights
you know?
out,
Lights
bro.
out.
Lights out.
Man, that's epic.
But the offer's up, and I'll let him train for 3 months, and I won't do shit. I don't care.
I mean,
He won't do it.
let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
All my listeners, all 15
We
of my
will.
listeners.
Hey.
Tag him.
Tag him.
Tag him.
Just
What's
keep
Jordan
tagging
York?
him. It's Jordan York.
Hey, we're gonna make this happen.
We will.
If we do make this happen, can I be the announcer?
Oh yeah, you'll be ringside.
Michael Buffer.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll
You
work.
could be Michael Fluffer.
It's good with
You
me.
jerked me off before I got back.
Michael Fluffer. I didn't even get where you're going with it. Man, that's why you're the professional. You know that?
I mean, technically, I'm not, because legally, if you look at my taxes, I'm not a comedian because I don't do them.
Hey, loopholes, man.
Loopholes.
Loopholes.
But I hope Peduto's not listening now.
Hey, Peduto, strike all this out.
Yeah,
But,
it's not real.
As far as the comedy in your story,
Yeah.
that's everything that I pretty much could think of that I was asking you.
Yeah.
But I do have a segment that I do on every show
Okay.
called Desert Island Questions.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Desert Island Questions are I'm gracious and I give you 3 choices of what to take on a desert island, but there's categories. So the first one is 3 movies to take with you to a desert island if you had to watch them over and over again.
Okay. Do I have to pick them all 3 now?
Yeah, you get all 3. I
All
put
right.
it on the spot so people don't really get to
So
rehearse.
Casino would be number 1.
I love it.
Kingpin would be number 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure. It'd have to be Kingpin.
Munson.
And, oh, dude, he's the fucking greatest.
He really is.
And then number 3, probably something really shitty.
Like what?
Like, I don't even care. Like Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean that's not
Because it's
a bad
kind of
one.
like cute funny, but
yeah,
it's not.
I would choose a wedding singer, but
That's it. I want the wedding singer.
oh, I love it.
Yeah.
My groomsmen boxes to ask people to be in my wedding. I printed out a picture of Steve Buscemi.
No, let me switch it.
Go ahead.
3rd movie, I want Creed.
Creed?
Creed.
The boxing movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, because that movie motivates you to do whatever the fuck you want.
That's fine.
I watch out, like, yeah, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of
Yeah,
these
you got some Meek
coconuts.
Mill in the background.
Yeah.
Like Meek's on there.
Yeah.
You got the people on the
Free Meek
bikes and
Mill.
shit. Yeah, free Meek Mill. Eagles won for you.
Yeah.
So you got the movies you just said. You said Casino. You said Kingpin, and you said
Creed.
Creed.
Yeah.
Those are good choices.
Yeah.
Those are definitely good choices. Okay, next question. Do you read at all?
No,
Don't read at all?
I'm horrible.
Okay, so
I read one book my whole life.
what was it?
It was To Kill a Mockingbird. Great book.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad book.
Yeah.
I've
Are you one of those fucking assholes that say books are better than the movie?
no,
Thank
because
God.
but I mean there are cases that are like that. For instance, quick example, I Am Legend, Will Smith movie. I read that book probably like 6 or 7 years before that movie came out. And the book was fantastic.
Yeah.
Movie came out. Movie was good too.
How long did it take you to read that book?
A long time.
See that? In an hour and a half, it's fucking over.
Exactly.
You
exactly.
saw it all.
I'm trying to I like reading though. Like it definitely I feel that it exercises my mind. As
I'm
dumb
sure
as
it
that
does.
sounds.
I'm just so uneducated that I'm so ADD that I read
just
words.
finished this today.
What's that? To Catch a Predator?
The autobiography
Gucci
of Gucci Mane.
Is it good?
Dude, it's actually very, very
Yeah?
good. And he has an interesting life from being
Isn't he like extremely intelligent?
bro, like
a
he
fucking
puts-
genius?
He puts on a facade.
Yeah.
Like, and people actually, I don't think he puts it on. I think that people just assume that he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm not going to explain myself to you, but the dude really knows his shit.
That's awesome.
And I'm pumped for Gucci Mane. Shout out Gucci Mane. I hope
Yeah.
you're here, this dude.
Yeah.
I want you on here one day.
See that dick. Oh, sorry. Too far.
And then, so we'll say To Kill a Mockingbird. You can just read that over and over. And the Bible.
The Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need some nonfiction. I mean, I need some fiction.
Oh, man. All right, and the last one is 3 musical albums. I know this is a difficult one.
Appetite for Destruction.
Okay, that's a good one.
I'll go with that. Then I need some fucking. Okay, I want almost not every genre, but I got some rock,
Got some rock. Got some rap, hip hop.
some hip hop.
Who are you into?
I want. I'll take the Marshall Mathers LP.
Oh, that is a good one.
I'll take that one.
You
And-
fuck with Eminem's new stuff?
No, I hate it.
I think it's trash.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's like, why?
That Walk on Water's so bad,
I
and I don't like Beyonce either. I've had enough of her.
I get it. Like, I don't understand why people. First of all, she's supposed to be such a public figure for women. Jay-Z cheated on her.
Yeah,
and she's still with him.
She's with him.
Oh yeah, but they have kids together, bro.
So
Don't
what?
matter.
You
If
got
you're-
enough money.
That's exactly it.
It don't matter.
The girls still want to just put her on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Insane to me. But besides Eminem, my buddy Dylan is crazy into Eminem. Always has been. I love his old stuff, but like
I really, two songs that are really underrated that I really like is Legacy.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of the fucking song, but he's talking about his mom. He's talking about Headlights.
Headlights.
Dude,
oh,
I love Headlights. That might be my favorite Eminem
good.
song.
Headlights is really good.
Yeah.
That is a good one. As far as his new stuff, though, it's just like, one, I don't want to hear about the politics.
Yeah.
And like,
oh, that Trump thing pissed me off.
I mean,
I don't
like,
care what side you're on.
I get it. Like, if you're political, I get it. But like, sprinkle the songs in, sprinkle the politics in.
Yeah, but
don't make the every single thing about it.
Yeah, if
and I
you're
don't
into
get,
Trump, fuck you. All right, relax, dude.
Yeah, like I just don't get it. Plus his delivery and his style, like I mean, like I get that you could fit 90 words in one 16 bar or whatever.
Good
I don't
for
know
you.
the technology or the technological terms, but like, bro, like sometimes I want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear brrrr, and
Yeah,
it would be
how
a
do I
whole
sing
fucking
along,
book.
dickhead?
Exactly, like Rap God.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you're setting the bar too high for
Yeah,
people.
yeah, for sure.
So you got Eminem, Appetite for Destruction.
So then we would have to go with something else. So what other genres are there?
There's gospel. There's
I don't
soul.
listen to that.
There's
soul.
I mean, I listen to like a lot of like I don't know if you would call it indie or like whatever you would call like Jack's Mannequin, like something corporate and stuff.
You know
like
what
that.
I'll go with? I'll go with Bring Me the Horizon's
Ooh.
new album,
Drown.
Drown.
Ooh. Or is that the album?
No, that's
It's
their
Spirit.
hit song.
Spirit. It's
That's
called
the
Spirit.
Okay.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Now, did you listen to Bring Me the Horizon a long time ago?
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay
Yeah.
with how they change because they're maturing.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
he can't scream anymore.
Well, he's also not on ketamine for 10 years.
Yeah.
Oliver Sykes was a big ketamine
Yeah,
addict.
yeah.
So, like, imagine being on that for 10 years to being completely sober. I'm sure that your mental
Yeah.
darkness
and
fades away.
And Drown's a really fucking cool song.
Man, it's such a good song and a good video.
Did you ever see the live version at
Yes.
the Albert? And it's about he talks
Right.
about his friend that had bone cancer and stuff like that. And he goes, this song's dedicated to him.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
So when you watch it like that, like to me, because of my background,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
get
obviously, it's gonna hit home to you.
So
a
that's
little
like
bit.
my theme song, dude. Drown and Throne are my fucking songs.
Yeah, and it's so wild to think that they have like the fucked up lyrics they did to now they're being played at like Penguin games and on the X
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff
insane.
like that.
It was like when Atreyu, like for me,
Man,
when they first like
Atreyu.
becoming the bull, I was like, oh shit, now they're on the X.
Lip Gloss and Black, dude.
That was my shit.
It's always gonna
Bleeding
be
mascara, lip gloss, and black, and right side of the bed
Man,
are my three faves.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Last question.
Yes.
This is the most important one, though.
Okay.
Anyone alive or dead to have a conversation with, who would it be?
My dad when he passes.
Your dad when he passes?
Yeah.
That's a good
Because
answer.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm
you know
curious
what I mean?
what's up with it.
What but because celebrities to me, because I'm not saying I'm around a lot of them, but I get to meet them a lot.
Yeah.
And it's the conversations are never what you want them to be.
I bet.
Because those guys are like, yeah, but who the fuck are you? I just explain this story every week that I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably just like a family relative,
That's a good answer.
just because I just want to know how they are.
Yeah, we had the first answer from my buddy who's in the metal band. He picked Randy Marsh.
Oh my god!
So that was his answer.
Yeah.
Another one picked Mufasa. He said he wanted to know why Scar killed Mufasa.
My first dog's name was Scar
Oh yeah,
because I like the villains, even as a kid.
and there you go.
I was fucking 5, and I named my dog Scar.
There you go, man. The
Crazy.
heel.
Yeah.
Matt like the heel. Well, dude, plug anything you want. That's pretty much all I got. And if you want to say anything else, you got any questions or anything like that?
March 1st through the 3rd, I believe, I'm at the Pittsburgh Improv with Chris DiStefano.
Okay.
My Instagram and Twitter is Matt Light Comedy. And I'm about 6 inches hard if anybody's interested.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even have to pay for this.
Yeah.
This is all free.
Free.
6 inches hard, you got it. That's
Roughly.
free.
I don't give or take.
It
just
depends
around
on
there.
the temperature,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah, so I'll put all of his information in the description below, and you can just click on it. You got a website?
MattLightComedy.com.
MattLightComedy.com.
Oh, and my Snapchat is the fucking best Snapchat ever.
I don't follow you. I should.
You have to.
I'm
It's
going to.
Mayor Pittsburgh.
Mayor Pittsburgh.
I shit on everyone.
I'm going to put everything in the description
Yeah.
because Matt is a hilarious person, and I think that everyone else would like to follow along as well.
Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you coming over and taking the time,
Anytime.
traveling to me to my casa.
Love it, by the way. It's gorgeous.
I appreciate
Do
that
you
very
have
much.
room for me?
Yeah, we do have a spare room.
Sweet, I'm in.
That's it's all you. Anytime you want. There's a creepy ass wooden blind canopy with a creepy old lady. I'll show you after
She's
this.
single?
Just sits up there. Fucking
Okay.
weird.
I'm down.
But again, everyone, thanks for listening. Please subscribe, rate, and leave some feedback so I can make these a little bit better for you. Follow me on social media, Facebook, I'll Call You Right Back Podcast, Instagram at I'll Call You Right Back, and Twitter at ICYRB Podcast. Or you can email me at I'll Call You Right Back at Gmail and tell me what I'm doing that sucks. Or you can give me some ideas on guests to have on, or just say what's up. But I appreciate everyone listening, and I got a frog in my throat. I appreciate everyone listening, and I'll call you right back.